What is up, guys? Megaman here with another pickups video for the month of May. This month I got some pretty good stuff, so let's just jump right into it. One of the first things, me and Jason went to a flea market that was out of Chicago somewhere. I didn't really find a lot of games, but they had one booth where one table was $5 and another table was $10. And I saw this PS1 game and I figured I'd pick it up even though I'm not a big fan of this series, so maybe I'll just sell it for trade or something that I want. But it's Digimon 3 for the PS1 and I only paid $5 for that, so that was a good deal. Moving along, I went to Goodwill. I actually found something else at Goodwill, which is kind of shocking because the Goodwills here are just terrible with selection of when they get games in or whatever. It's usually all picked through and everything. But I saw this plug and play and I had no clue what it was. I had to look it up on my phone and come to find out this plug and play is actually for the Commodore 64. As you can see, it says C64 right there. This actually has 30 games on it, I believe. I took it over to Greg from Arcade Impossible. He had an arcade party and we were just playing it. We all loved it, so that was pretty cool to find. So it was only $2, I think, so not bad for $2. Next thing, I got quite some Game Boy games here. There's a site or app called Mercari. It's something new that I found out about. A lot of times people just sell stuff for really cheap just to get it out of their hands or whatever. They just want to get rid of it. But you have to act really fast on it. Like if you see something that's really cheap, you have to jump on it and buy it right away. Otherwise, it'll be gone. Somebody else will jump on it. But I found this Game Boy lot and I paid like $11 for it, and these 3 games alone I think are worth about $60. So what I found was Zen Intergalactic Ninja, Mystical Ninja starring Golem. That's a good one to find. And then Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge. That's a really good one. So I was happy to get that for $11 or so. $11 I think, yeah. Another Game Boy game I found at local game shop that I always go to. Surprised I didn't have this. I have the Game Boy Color one, but I was with some buddies of mine and they were recommending this game, so I have to try it out, and that's Zelda Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. Happy to add that to the collection. Also another Game Boy Color game, another Mega Man game I found. However, the label on here is kind of faded a little bit at the top, but I haven't seen this, and when I have seen it, it's either been overpriced or, like I said, condition is always a big thing with this game for some reason. But for the Game Boy Color, I got Megaman Extreme 2. As you can see towards the top there, there's some fading on it, but definitely glad to add that, check that out to the collection. So another PS1 game I found, kind of a rare RPG, Squaresoft title, which people know that they made Final Fantasy for the PS1 and a whole bunch of RPGs in that, but this one is a Final Fantasy related game. I got this for my wife mainly because she likes these games. I really don't. Played Final Fantasy VII and I really didn't get into it after that, but this is, I'm not sure if it's like a prequel or afterwards, but this is Chocobos Dungeon 2, PS1 game by Squaresoft. So happy to have that for my wife to play. Let's see, a couple DS games I got. This one is a game on the GameCube that is really a lot of fun. It's an underrated GameCube game. I think it is. I mean, I don't know. I've played it a couple times. It's really fun. Like I said, underrated. It's kind of going up in price, but this is the DS version, and I have not yet to play this yet, but I'm gonna get around to it. So, but this is Custom Robo Arena, and Custom Robo for the GameCube I think now is up in the like $40 range. So this is a different style of game. You kind of go around and um, yeah, I don't really know because I haven't played it yet. But go head to head, explore cities, and discover different worlds. So it's kind of like a exploring version. I'm not sure, but I will check that out definitely. And then Jason called me one day, and he was at a GameStop in up area where he lives, and he asked if I had this Megaman game for the DS, and it turns out I do not. Every time I look for this game, I can never find it for some strange reason. But it's got a little damage on the label, but it's complete nonetheless. But this is the Mega Man Zero collection. As you can see right there, there's a little nick in the paper there. But other than that, I mean, it's complete and everything's got the manual. It's pretty awesome to add this to the collection. A couple N64 titles I got. Not real big into N64. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. I have all the fantastic colors. They're in my case back there. They're on the lower shelf. But as far as the games go, I mean, the game. A lot of people don't like the 64 because of the graphics, but I think it's fun. There's a lot of good games on there that are underrated and people overlook all the time. But this one I've been eyeing for a little bit, and I haven't played. I have the NES version. I love the NES version, but this is Dr. Mario 64. What I was told is you could play, I think, up to 4 players on this. So it's a puzzle game. If not everybody knows what Dr. Mario is. But you can play up to 4 players, I believe, and that's something different that you could never do in the original, obviously, because the NES only had 2 controllers, 2 control ports. So I wanted to check that out, see how good that is. And then the other one I actually found cheaper than what it goes for than I normally see it, so I just picked it up. And I thought something was wrong with it, if maybe the label was damaged or nothing. Turns out it's just it was underpriced. So I got Killer Instinct Gold. For many of the fighting Killer Instinct fans, that's a must-have for the Nintendo 64. Alright, now lastly, yesterday, cream of the crop here, if you want to put it that way. The game store I go to posted they had some boxed games. Very rarely this place gets boxed games in, and when it does, they go really fast. So if you either have to jump on them right away. They have a Facebook page. They posted them on their Facebook page. I got in contact with one of the managers and had her hold one game for me, which was Zelda: A Link to the Past. It was boxed and everything. Unfortunately, when I got there, the box was pretty beat up. It had rips in it and tears, and it was missing the manual and the map that goes with it. So that was kind of a bummer. But I did get a few more. I did pick up this one. Like I said, this is another Final Fantasy game. I mainly got this for my wife, because I'm not real big into this. I might play this, but this box is kind of rough. But I got complete in box Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. As you can see, there's some creasing there on the corners there. There's some kind of wear and tear and everything, but it's in pretty decent shape. Fairly cheap too, so I picked that up. And then one of the employees, when I was checking out, threw this at me because apparently they didn't want it. They were just going to throw it away. It's a box only, but the box is in nice condition, and this is just a box to a regular SNES controller. This box is in a lot better shape than the games I got, but they were just going to toss it, and I hate when game stores do that, because when they had some game stores like the one I go to, when they get boxed games, if the boxes are just beat up or faded or whatever. They just throw them away, and it's sad. I mean, I know people buy them for, you know, to add to their collection, even though if it's not you know, perfect condition or whatever. But then the last box game I got, which is another Mega Man game. I already have this game boxed, but I couldn't pass up the price of it. This was dirt cheap. For what this game goes for now, I mean, the price I got it for, it was more than half off. But box is beat up, and I didn't realize it until I got home. This is missing the manual, but I'm not too upset about that. But I got a complete, not a complete, without the manual, Megaman X in the box. Box is like beat up again. Like you can see on the corner there in the back, there's a little right here missing cardboard there. But the game cartridge looks great and everything. And then another thing that came in there, which was kind of different, I've never seen this before, is it only came with 5 of these. These are cards of the Robot Masters. And it tells you on the back like which order to fight the bosses in. Like this is the ostrich. And if you turn around, it says you're supposed to fight him as a second boss in the game. So after you beat the first one, his weakness, the first boss weakness is this guy's weakness. So that's kind of cool to have. You got what's his name? Bubble Crab. I'm not too familiar with this game because it's kind of hard. This is Flame Stag. I think it's number 5. Morph Moth. And then this one's kind of beat up. It looks like it got chewed on by a dog or something. But Wire Sponge, which is the first guy you're supposed to beat. So that was a pretty cool added bonus for that. But that's it. Yeah, pretty short, but good pickups this month. I've been trying to get out to some garage sales because it's garage sale season, and I just had no luck. Every time I go, there's always somebody that gets there before me, and I try and get there early, like 5-10 minutes early, and every time I go, the games are all gone, or somebody says, oh, you know, somebody was just here, or they don't have any games. So I've been unlucky with that. I know there's a couple people in this area that are looking at garage sales for games, so we'll see what happens next month. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Take care.